Okay, so let's go down the Iblis Stone route. I figure we can go Iblis route, and then we can do, we can try one of the other branches down that direction.
The island was windswept desert.
Hey, I can skip it. Cool. So that one skipped at the very least. Yeah, so let's skip until we hit a branch that we haven't done before. That seems like a reasonable idea. Because most of this we've already seen, at least in a past run. How much content does this game have, by the way? It's a little bit hard to put together, but there's 24, 25 stories total. However, there's a lot of repeated elements between, so you kind of have to... I'm not going to say pick and choose, but it's not a 100% thing. I would say it probably has 12 hours of content-ish, but if you're talking about, like, really straight up and whatever...
could sing verses about the Sky Ripper.
Hey!
Ancient codices held hints of other things. A stone that ate souls. A ruby that drank blood. A jewel only a righteous man could give away. Were all these things the Iblis Stone? Long hidden in a buried temple? Another ancient item that was only resurfacing?
Oh, hey, I can skip this dialogue too. That's nice. So yeah, there's a lot of repeated stuff, though apparently if you're using a PS4 controller, you can actually skip a lot of the story elements that we've seen and heard before. That's good. I like that. What?
It was like having a pet. Well, like having a goblin for a pet.
Why does sometimes I dash not? I have no idea. That was
Ravens were already here.
bad.
Growing in frustration. They were still searching for a way in.
Okay, yeah. I can literally just skip all story elements now, which is really nice. Okay, first let's level up. So what we want to do. Let's see, Time Mastery. Freeze time for everyone but Reynardo after a counterattack. Yeah, it's kind of nice. But I don't counter anybody anyway. Let's do dash through enemies so I can get dash through shields and stuff.
That would come in handy in a pinch.
Oh shit, I was gonna go with movement speed. I forgot I hadn't put points into that. But yeah, because I beat the game, it's just literally given me several... Well, it's just given me the Sky Ripper as like a weapon that I just get to own. I blew myself up again, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Wait! You know how I said I wanted the Iblis Stone effect? We also have the Iblis Stone effect now. Yeah, we literally have both of the, like, superpowers that you can get in the game. That's awesome. That's really cool, actually. I like that. Yeah, so now that I've beaten the game full sail, I am actually an overpowered maniac, which is really cool. I guess we really don't care about that treasure there, so let's not bother. Also, don't really care about taking damage or not, so it kind of helps.
The gate. Well, you could take her or leave her. Sorry. Best I could do.
Running out of things. That's nice. I really do like the jokes that they've concocted. They've got some hilariously bad puns, and I'm okay with that. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but sometimes Reynardo will. I'm on fire. Sometimes Reynardo will just stand there instead of dashing with the PS4 controller.
Past this point. Obviously, the temple builders knew how to deal with tomb raiders.
Yeah, unfortunately, and this is part of the reason why I'm, like, kind of wishy-washy about redoing it. Not only is the, like, you know, there are a lot of, like, repeated story elements, there's also a lot of, like, combat is worthless now. Like...
There was an inscription. Praise the sun.
Yay! Like, unfortunately for me, I'm good at the combat, and I'm super powerful, and I don't have to worry about losing HP. So at this point, it's kind of like, there's not really a whole lot of, like, danger anymore. And that kind of sucks, because that means there's, like, no real reason to do half of the game. Like, the gameplay itself has become stale.
It was a stone of the purest blackness. It reflected no light, like a void made solid. Nervous, he picked it up.
We can skip this too.
It was the stone. Eager. Thirsty. Kill the Emperor's daughter. That seemed tempting and terribly wrong. Zenobia was the Emperor's greatest general and a potent witch. But they had been close once, and he had a sneaking suspicion the gem would try to control him. Why not capture the core of Sky Ripper instead? It was the eye of a lost god torn out by the transcendent Emperor to power his greatest weapon. Get to the core, said the stone anxiously. But even though Reynardo knew how evil the gem was, he had a clever plan for dealing with it.
Oh, there's a third path in there. Anyway, let's go for the core, seeing as the Iblis Stone didn't seem to like it. Yeah, was it afraid of the power of the core? Yes!
The stone bothered him. He hated being told what to do. Wasn't that why he joined the rebellion? Wasn't that why he'd refused to be a soldier? He'd agreed to come on board only if he could freelance. The stone felt a bit clingy, and he had a feeling it did not have his best interests at heart. The sage Calaveras had told him where to find the Sky Ripper, a weapon capable of challenging the gods. Even without its armature, the core would still possess great power. He would go there.
Nice thing is, both of the Iblis Stone paths we've found have branches that I have never seen before, and I have no idea what's going to go down here. So, like, there was reason for it. It's just, I don't know. I do wish they had more enemy variety or something to make it like, yep, this is hard. And problem, I don't know.
The moment he landed the Farfarer, Reynardo had a rare feeling of regret. It's not too late, he thought. He could turn around and sail for Zenobia's island. He frowned. Wait a minute. He didn't want to kill Zenobia, did he? Sure, technically she was the enemy, but they'd been at Sword Food School together. They'd never been lovers, but somehow they'd been closer. She'd told him every secret about herself. Except the biggest one. There was something sour in the air. Like the earth had ruptured over something that had been fermenting for a very long...
Yeah, I can skip that bit of dialogue. Good. Because I don't need to hear it a third time. Yeah, so the biggest secret, that she was the Emperor's daughter. Yeah, there's something wrong with dodging on PS4 controllers in the PC version. Luckily, for the most part, that doesn't matter. Wait, what? That guy did not die. Weird. Whatever.
The stone hadn't lied about what it could do for him. With each raven he cut down, he felt a jolt of power flowing into his arm. You're weak, whispered the stone. The core will kill you. Are you afraid of it? Don't be ridiculous. It chuckled. But it's unstable. It will poison you if someone just carry it. And if you try to use it, it will explode catastrophically. Reynardo did not trust rocks that talked in his head. He went onwards. As he approached the core, the stone became hysterical. No, it's too much power. We will rip a hole in space and time. He had a sudden vision of plunging his gauntlet into the core and dying in anguish. That wasn't his vision, was it? The stone had sent him its darkest fears, hadn't it? He had a sudden impulse to do exactly that. He raised his right fist and plunged it into the core. There was a rush of light. He thought he could hear the stone screaming. And then he passed out. When Reynardo came to, the core was gone. But the Iblis stone was no longer black, but glowing with a blue light. And it was silent. I can't hear you, he sang out, and you? It didn't answer. Ha, he said. He had defeated the demonic gem with the power of his mind. He felt invincible. It was time to attack the Imperial outpost on the Nexus. Take the battle to the enemy. But among the huge crystals, there was also an observatory. A wise man would probably ask the scientists exactly what he had first. How wise was he?
Let's go ask him about it. I'm curious what they would say about this. So Reynardo was able to silence the Iblis Stone using the Sky Ripper core, yet the power it gave him was intact. It would be wise to understand what he had done. The scientists at the Nexus would have answers.
As the Farfarer made its way toward the Nexus, Reynardo watched sparks fly out of the core. The Iblis Stone sucked them in hungrily. You'd think the stone would want this kind of power, wouldn't it? Thought Reynardo. Well, the scientists would explain it all. This time, Reynardo was sure he'd figured out how to use the core safely.
I don't know, this is a neat plotline. Like, I definitely dig this, but I really wish after a certain point you could just kind of, like, make your decisions and not have to replay the same levels over and over and over again. Oh well. I mean, it's not the end of the world. It's definitely enjoyable getting through it like this. And I've noticed they've definitely improved the loading times, I think. Oh, and the fact that I can...
He'd trusted his gut, and it had worked out. That's what it meant to be a hero. To ignore the naysayers and the oddmakers, and do what you knew was right, and have it turn out to be the right thing. Well, he wasn't worried. Once he got to the observatory, the scientist toads could explain it. Then he could carry the war into the enemy's camp and destroy them all. Oh dear, he was getting a little bloodthirsty, wasn't he?
See, the dashing is working now. That's weird. Interesting. Even the Sky Ripper is doing different things now. It's doing like more pew-pew lasers as opposed to consistent lasers. Oh, there's more enemies here. Not like it matters. So we honestly don't really need it there. Or at all, really. Like the music for this area. I don't know what I'm gonna do with... Oh, it's not even giving me ore anymore. It's not giving me anything.
Never felt better in his life. Normally, a battle would wear him down, and he would need a night's sleep. Now he felt like he could go all night and all day. He felt like people were cheering him on, and he could practically hear their applause as he slew one raven after another.
It's interesting.
The Stone and the Sky Ripper core. Two artifacts from the time of legends. Reynardo was becoming a legendary hero, wasn't he? He had enough power to save the rebellion, but he had to understand this power, so he would not misuse it.
He doesn't seem mentally stable. I will admit that. It does seem like that is a bit of an issue here.
He can't really reason with an energy ball, he thought.
Oh, this is okay. Really easy to go back up to full health in this game, which is very appreciated. Just gonna head over here. In fact, let's just leave. No reason to stick around. All right. I'm really curious what this is like. This is nuts.
His mother had never let him wave his sword around at home. He guessed he was still compensating for that.
What? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no 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 no. Oh man. I bugged it. I broke it again, guys. I killed combat so fast. Yeah, now I only... Oh, wow. Yeah, I broke combat so... I beat that mission so fast the enemies didn't finish dying. And... Wow! I broke it. Anyway, let's get out of here. The reason why I'm going so slow is because combat ended while I had my sword going, which gives me a speed boost.
At the observatory measured the stone with their occult devices. I fed it the core of Sky Ripper, explained Reynardo. No more people and souls.
But the core is not an unlimited energy source,
said one toad. Another said,
there's a feedback loop, you see, which could overload the stone.
Yeah, the stone doesn't actually feed on souls,
claimed a third.
But on pain of killing another sentient being. If you can truly be at peace with yourself, it would not overload.
This was all very confusing. At peace? Yes, the mountains were peaceful and quiet, but he now had the power to turn the tides. He should report to the Rebellion Council and prepare for the decisive battle.
I want to go with... let's go with at peace. Yes, that almost makes sense. The core was protecting Reynardo from the Iblisstone's dark influence, but too much killing would overload it. He had to find inner peace to maintain the balance. But overloading the core did not sound reassuring. Maybe Reynardo could try and find peace real quick, then go back into the fray in time to save the rebellion. To the mountains he would need to go.
The one thing he understood from all the toad arguments. Maybe the stone did not feed on blood, or souls, or rage. It fed on empathy. It fed on the pain he felt when he put an end to another being's existence. Even if that other being was a raven intent on killing him. If he could find peace, then he could use the power of the Iblistone without being taken over by its evil.
Yes, that was the way to defeat the Iblistone.
The mountains. He would go to the mountains. He could find peace there.
Except for, of course, I'm going to be fighting just a shit ton of ravens here, so I get the feeling this is not going to work out the way I'm looking forward to. It would be really funny if there just no ravens spawn, and it's just like, oh, I guess, alright, this is peaceful.
Unfortunately, the mountains were not empty. There were ravens everywhere. No matter. He had to fight, yes, but he didn't have to be angry. Parry, dodge, slash, and breathe. Yes, focus on the rhythm, the dance of it, not on the blood or the raven's core as they died. Ah, it was working. He wasn't feeling those dark jolts of eldritch energy. He wasn't feeling the Iblistone.
Yeah, I've noticed sometimes when I dash, I do like a slide
Used
thing.
a hybrid propulsion system fueled by anti-gravity and wishful thinking.
Funny. Okay, if I remember right, this is the shortest path. Okay, and then there's just you. This is going poorly for his sanity. Yeah, I don't think this is going to work out. It's interesting, though. I get the feeling we're just going to Iblistone again. I have to remember, don't finish this mission while I'm still running the... Fuck!
The stone was still silent. His mind was his own, and his heart, too. He bore them no ill will, these ravens. They were doing their job. They were expressing their nature. Dance, whirl, parry, jab, and breathe. It was all so simple, wasn't it? Something was missing. He didn't feel truly at peace. Wait. Wasn't this near where Calaveras lived? The sage would help him figure it all out.
Okay. So here's the question. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. So you can make it even more buggy. So if you have the speed boost and the battle ends a second time around, it cuts your speed even more. Now I literally don't move. I am physically incapable of moving without the dash. Oh no. Okay, there we go. Luckily I got a bunch of dashes, so we're good. But, Luckily, we're almost done with this level. Second. Fuck. This is the wrong direction. Alright, now we have to wait for my energy to come back. Okay. This is an incredible bug. How did nobody catch this? Did I just take the lift a second time? No, we... Yeah. I think we do just take the lift twice. No. Fuck, I don't remember where to go. Okay. See if I could get some energy here. The answer is no. They stopped giving out energy a while ago. Alright. The QA team did not have my elite skills. Oh, we go this way. You know, I actually applied for, like, several QA teams, like, to bug test games a long time ago. Back before, you know, I was making at least a halfway okay amount of money on YouTube. You know, I needed a job and whatnot. Nobody hired me. Wonder why. I would have made a great QA member. Probably an amazing one. Considering this painful experience. I think we're almost done. I think this is the last lift. Never mind. Man, I'm just shoving my foot in my mouth right now. What if I switch swords? Nope. I kind of wish I could, like, mash X to get extra endurance here or something. Wow. This is, like, kind of painful. Kind of amazing. Please, thank you. God, I hope I don't have to do anything that actually requires movement. Luckily, we've got this dash so we can do things. I don't know if this is going to give Reynardo the inner peace he's looking for. Oh no. I have to precision jump to this switch. There we go. I was worried about that one for a second. I was like, dude, are we gonna even be able to do this right?
Stone, silenced by the Sky Ripper's core, had given Reynardo enough power to challenge the Imperial fleet. But what Reynardo was seeking was inner peace. The rebellion was on the verge of extinction, but it would have to wait.
Oh. Wait. Okay. Oh, come on. There we go. I can use my attacks as a secondary movement effect. Okay, we're so close. Oh no. Okay, I can't dash anymore, so we gotta use the swords. Oh wait, no, I can dash again. Okay. This is...
At the end of the mountain path, he found the wise Calaveras in his workshop. To fix souls or only artifacts? He asked the sage.
Does your soul need fixing?
Asked the sage. I've been killing a lot of ravens lately, he told the sage.
You're a fox,
said Calaveras.
and to kill birds is part of your nature. Take joy in it. I mean, I might as well worry about eating flies. Would you like a fly?
It was true. That's what he had forgotten. The joy. Now he was ready for the final battle. The Farfarer cut through the clouds. The air had never felt so sweet since he was a child.
There it was. The dreaded Imperial fleet. He could smell wet hemp ropes ahead, wood and tar, and ravens. Even the fleet smelt good, somehow.
he was ready. He was ready.
I like how the narrator does the, like, because, I don't know, he's got this kind of, like, weird, like, I'm gonna say, like, kind of a dry crackle. I don't know. I guess you'd describe the voice as, like, smoky or something, but it's, like, it's real good. I like it a lot.
Reynardo had it all squared away in his head. He would kill the Emperor. Isengrim III had begun well, but he had gone mad. He was trying to invoke the lost gods by means of dark, blasphemous rituals. That was a secret. But the victims had spoken to Reynardo. The ghosts had spoken. No. No anger. Reynardo could not afford anger. It was empowering the crystal in his sword. That made him stronger, but it clouded his mind. He would not be a hero. A hero strives. Reynardo would just be one with everything. The Emperor would die, and the wheel would turn, and all would be restored without rancor, without sorrow, without pain.
This is an interesting plot line. I always find it interesting how most of the plots feel like they're leading to a good ending.
The more he thought about it, and he had so much more time to think about it now that he was not worrying about the battle, killing the Emperor would not change anything. Another would take his place. Perhaps Zenobia. Perhaps the Speaker of the Rebel Council, and power would corrupt them too, and death would make grief. Grief would lead to hatred. He must lead by example. Reject the violence. Reject the desire to create violence. But how?
Okay, this is where things start to become a problem. Obviously. I'm okay with it. I can also move at full speed, which is really good.
What did you do if one of these platforms stalled?
We found out you get stuck outside the universe. It sucks. It's not fun. It really isn't. I actually haven't used this sword special move. In fact, I barely used like half the content in this game. Because I found out the sumo strategy is just too broken for its own good. Oh, are we done? No, there's another fight, isn't there? Yeah. Because we go through here before we get into the ship. You know, I really would have liked maybe just like 10 stories or something like that were like longer and you could like zip around them. I mean, or maybe the 24 stories, but like instead of repeating level elements, you just skip them next time. So it's like, you know, we've already done this. Oh wow, frost fireworks. Well, let's see.
Finally, he came to the Emperor's ship. The path behind him was strewn with dead ravens. The path to enlightenment. His mistake, he realized, was trying to change the world. The world would spin and the wheel would revolve whether he strove against it or not. What he had to do was nothing. He had attained enlightenment. He sat down, adopted a full lotus position, and began to meditate. And all around him, the warriors stopped fighting too. They knew. They could feel his enlightenment. They gave up fighting, dropped their weapons, and became his disciples. No, just kidding. The nearest raven stabbed him with a sword and then chopped off his head. I might not have thought this through properly. Thought Reynardo's head as it rolled around the deck and died.
News story completed. Return of the hippie. What kind of hero are you? A hero who transcends being a hero to become one with everything. Okay, that was good. I like that. That was funny. I did not expect that. Okay, I kind of expected that ending. But that was good. Return of the Hippie. Wait, does that mean that there's another hippie ending? There might be. Like, we've still got a bunch of Lapino endings that we haven't done yet. We've got the missing ingredient, which is... No, we did that one. Reynardo Newcomb. In Awakening. Ah, the fox whose knees hurt. I remember that one. Let's see. Be super evil with the crystal. I already done that. It's this one. Which is okay at best. I don't know. It was funny, but I don't want to redo it. If you want to go back and watch it, it's episode 3, I believe. Kind of wish I knew how to get all of these in order, because that would have actually been kind of fun.